Coming at you from the Steel City, you're listening to Poor Man's Podcast, Pittsburgh's premier comedy podcast. Your weekly dose of humor, hosted by Chris Hopper and with a new special guest each week. And here's your host, Chris Hopper.
Woo! Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Poor Man's Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Bang, right there. Along with me, as always, we have the beautiful Chey baby. Chey, how are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I couldn't be happier.
And sitting there alongside Chey, joining us this evening, we have Dustin Dowling. Dustin, how are you doing this evening?
Good. When I heard that woo, I thought you actually made the woo sound, and I looked over and I was like, I'm so confused. Did he woo or did he make? I'm lost.
I did not. That is courtesy of the Roadcaster that we were discussing. That I was swooning over earlier.
Yeah, I was swooning over it too. It's great.
I do. I love the Roadcaster. But Chey, we're back. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been here.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be back with you.
It's weird. I'm always happy to be here though.
We are here live, 565 live in Bellevue. They do open mic comedy here on Thursdays. They do music here Friday and Saturday. Definitely stop down. Awesome vibe, as we always talk about. And Grill 565 upstairs. Can't recommend them enough. Just had a meatball sub from them.
Oh my god.
Every week,
so
Chey.
So good.
Every week, it's
that
so
one
tasty.
In, you got to get the pretzel. The
Absolutely.
pretzel's absolutely delicious. And then you also got to get the Reuben. That's bomb.
You're a Reuben person.
Reuben is super good. It has to be I don't eat Reubens just anywhere.
Yeah.
It has to. I have to try somebody else's. I'm not going to just order it, but it is really, really good here.
The Reuben is like my least favorite sandwich because of every single part. Like, I hate rye bread. I hate corned beef. I hate Thousand Island dressing.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you like the art style? It has the swirl sometimes.
It looks nice.
Yeah,
The marble
it's
rye.
It's a cooler looking sandwich.
It looks nice. There's definitely multiple layers. You get the little gherkin on top with the stab. It's what a sandwich should look like.
I agree,
yes,
absolutely.
But I hate it. So, I know that it's me. I'm, nothing against the Reuben,
it took me a long time to
yeah.
actually enjoy a Reuben. I think it's because I've always had nasty ones where they're super soggy and super disgusting.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but I can't eat rye bread by itself anymore.
No.
When I eat a piece of, I tried to get it as toast, and I was absolutely.
Do people
disgusting.
do that? I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
people
absolutely.
eat rye bread by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Chey does.
You can get it as toast.
You can. That's one of the options.
It is one of the options.
Wheat, rye, white. Chey,
It
what kind of toast do you get normally?
I like an English muffin.
Okay. What kind of toast do you get?
I like an English muffin. If
you had to
what
get,
kind of bread do you want? Do you
Welcome
want
to the
rye?
toast podcast.
Okay,
rye
but
wheat?
they didn't say what kind of bread accoutrement do you like.
If
I
there's
said what kind of
English
toast.
muffin is not an option.
If it's not an option, if we're just going with toast, like the original question.
I will get white toast.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Dustin, what kind of toast do you like?
My favorite toast is Permane Brothers sandwich toast. That's just whatever.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about bread for 20 minutes. That's great. Let's do
It's
that.
like the Mancini's bread.
Yeah.
Like the super thick white.
Mancini's is
bread.
good. It's a little overrated. But
Yeah, I agree with
let's get back on track a little bit. And that'll bring us to the rundown. Chey, look at this. Look at the technology that we're kind of using.
I'm obsessed with it.
I'm a little self-conscious today because we're using technology and his presence.
I mean, this
man.
is pretty good. You're
I'll
all
take
prepped. We got 3 windows up technically.
We
I'm
did.
really
Look
impressed.
at that. And
Yeah.
I'm talking at the same time.
I know. That's the hard part.
It really is. But we'll talk about the rundown, which we always do. Our intro, which we always begin with Chey. We do it at the beginning because it makes sense. Then we're gonna get into the beers of the week. We have our stuff to do in Pittsburgh, and then food for thought. But food for thought this week, we're just gonna probably pick Dustin's mind on some tech stuff,
Okay.
and some
Please
time
cross
travel
that
stuff.
out and just put guest
Yeah,
talking.
we're gonna just cross that. Well, I can't do it right
I can
now.
talk
but
about food though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we could do all that
Yeah.
stuff. There's no limits to what we
fancy
can do. Yeah.
transitions.
Transition, absolutely. Chey, we have we were talking about this for this week. Next week we have Ray Zawadny coming on. I'm excited to have him on. Very funny. I think he's in Brooklyn right now. I think he's in New York. He's Skyping.
He does. He lives in Brooklyn. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Him and Colin.
Yeah, Colin Chamberlain.
Yeah.
He was
doing it for real out there.
Hey, they are. Good for them. They're doing a great job. I love seeing them succeed. Colin was just at Caroline's, I think, in New York. And Ray's doing great, too. So we'll talk to him next week. Then we have Scott Tatey from Beaver County Times the week after. Chey. We've met in Beaver. We've gotten away from some of the Beaver County roots.
I know.
Now we do this in Bellevue.
Yeah.
But we've met in Beaver, and producer Cheech, who unfortunately is not here tonight, he has his chef duties. But we met him in Beaver, so it's nice to get the whole full circle kind of thing.
Beaver
I'll be here
seems
for
so
that
far away to me. I guess Bellevue is close to Beaver, right? That's more west.
I guess compared to where you're driving from, it is. But
even
no.
from Pittsburgh, I'm like, Beaver's far, right? Isn't that
From
like
here, it's literally a straight shot, and I think anytime it's a straight shot, it makes the ride feel a lot shorter.
It is a straight shot. I make that drive multiple times every day, so I just want to like die.
Yeah,
because it is a straight shot, but like it's so boring.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, it's only like 35 minutes. But yeah, we're gonna talk to him. He's Shey, I got lost in your beautiful eyes. I don't know what to say.
You're welcome.
When I was talking to Scott about coming on, he sent me some pictures of some people he's interviewed. There was one with Taylor Swift, one with Reese Witherspoon, some actual people.
Yeah.
So
I think I know some of those names.
yeah, some of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're excited to talk to all of them. But Chey, let's get into our beers of the week.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Speaking of beer, before we talk too much about the beers of the week, we're going to be at Bellevue Rhythm and Brews August 6th. That's Saturday. We'll have a tent there. Definitely everybody stop by. You can get your tickets now. Just click through our link that I'm going to put through in our info, hopefully.
Oh, absolutely.
Dustin, does that make sense to link through our info? Because I say that every week. Through our info, through our bio. How do I say it?
Linking like the doobly-doo or description. And, I actually just made a link tree yesterday for the first time. I recommend doing it. Put it all in a thing.
That's exactly what we got.
Technology-wise, the best thing to do is you go get a domain.
Okay.
Whatever. And I'm not selling anything, but go get a domain. And
GoDaddy/Dustin.
Yeah, it could be GoDaddy or whatever your preference is.
Type in Dustin.
And then forward that to your link tree. And then you just make your link tree all the stuff you need to. So it's easier just because I have that problem too. I'm like, go to the Pits, go to the Beardy, go to the YouTube. And it's like, you need one place just for branding wise.
Absolutely.
So you got to work on that.
We have a link tree. We have a link tree, actually.
Do you have a poormans.com podcast, something like that?
We have one through the podcast thing. I don't have the actual domain.
Yeah.
Although there is another Poor Man's podcast out there who maybe we should get on the ball and beat him to it, because I don't know that he has it or not.
Now you definitely have to do
Let's
it.
just physically beat him.
Well, I think he could probably take me. Based on some of the things that,
yeah, we got it.
Let's
yeah,
go.
well, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, no,
but
absolutely,
I
we
get
got
people sending me things. I don't know that he's like, I don't want to say he hates women, but based
no, he definitely has to go.
based on what I'm inferring from what people send me, they're like, look at this woman, how could she do this whatever thing? And I'm like, this is the wrong one. You mean the other guy, the dude in Texas. This is the comedy kind of one.
Oh yeah, no, he needs to die.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got some competition, guys.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But anyway, we'll have Raise the Wani next week.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, Shaq, we were going to get into the beers.
Let's get into the beers.
You're excited, and I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
We all cracked into ours a little bit, which is, maybe we should do that so we can taste it before, so. Although we like the natural reaction, but
I love the weird silence that I give whenever I taste my beer.
But Chey, we have our beers of the week, and I will be glad for you to go first, please.
Absolutely. So, the label on mine's super badass. It's this like dark-haired woman with like a heart in the middle of her forehead. She's got on a red bandana like mask thing, and she just looks super badass. It's called Serrated Kiss. I knew that it was gonna be like a sour ale, but it wasn't what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Like, it's super good. Like, Chris tried it.
I did too.
It tastes like you're taking a shot.
It tasted an after, like I had a Washington apple or something shot.
I thought of like a lemon drop.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know where you got that.
I didn't think it until you said it, and I was like, that's reminding me of a lemon drop. But it's absolutely delicious, obviously. Chris has never failed me on getting a beer. But I really like it. Yeah.
Good. I am... I'm glad you enjoy it, Chey. I tasted mine. I'm gonna talk. Dustin, did you try the Aurochs one?
This one?
No, yeah, that's the one.
No, I didn't crack this one yet.
Okay. Well, we're gonna
I'm
have
drinking my Nugget Nectar.
the Nugget Nectar one is good. Trogs puts out great
Here's a weird
stuff.
story for me and beer. As I hold on, let's get this on the sound here so it sounds good. Ooh, even got a little bit of
Yes.
Sprayed it on me.
It's Shay.
Like
Shay
you
was
said
wet
earlier, you're
before,
very
man.
attractive. You know, I'm apologize. This tastes really good. Actually, hold on. That's pretty good. So when I was in
That's that
college,
silence.
Dustin, look right at the camera and say that. Look
Where's
at
that
that.
at?
We're gonna get you
Which
on
one?
ROX
This one?
page. What? No, Shay's camera.
Shay's
Actually,
camera.
there we go.
Okay,
Oh,
what, you
look
want me
at
to say?
that.
This is good.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Perfect.
Damn, yeah, this is the good beers right here. There you
God,
go.
it's like Chandler's not even fucking gone.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a compliment or insult. It's probably the latter.
No, it's a compliment. Don't worry. We love him.
Here's the things that happen with me trying a bunch of different beer. Some point in time, like
Yeah.
right at the end of college, I started having problems with like cheap beer, Coors Light, Bud Light. I couldn't like drink it. I'd get like scratchy and stuff. So I guess I'm kind of allergic to certain beers.
Yeah.
And I basically just stopped like drinking a bunch of beers except for like Yingling and a few other lagers.
Yeah.
So it's always dangerous for me to try beers, but sometimes it's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll be all right. I've never gotten sick.
I'll survive.
Sick. Yeah, but it's been uncomfortable. So I thought it was a weird
I
thing. I
have
don't know
a
if anyone
ton
else
of
has
allergy
happened.
pills in my car.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. This
That's
is
a
good.
cure-all.
Yeah, absolutely. Shay, did you say what your percentage was?
No, I didn't. Oh God. What is mine? Talk about something.
Dustin,
else.
do you see what yours
Mine's
is?
6.7. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna be taking a nap over there.
Yours is also, I think, the closest. Well, actually, not the closest brewery to us. Lincoln Brewery is literally across the street, but ROX is right down 65 on your way to Beaver. So if you were driving to see Chey and Beaver, go past ROX, and that is for anybody listening who's gluten free. That is a pretty good gluten free beer as well. They do quinoa and something else. Some other
Quinoa's
kind
super good.
So the beer I had
millet.
before though was at Negate. I guess I'm scared to like say something bad, and my brain is like cannot function with two N words back to back.
People pronounce it
Such a
like
way-
people fucking up with their words. It's like the funniest thing in the world.
But this one is 7.5. I'm gonna be tore up.
7.5.
I'm gonna be tore up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe we should have planned it better when we were drinking the beers instead of giving the two light ones.
This is working out just fine. I think we're
Good.
By
And
the time we really start talking to me, I'm gonna be saying some crazy shit.
good.
So.
That's what
we want.
I was gonna say. I think we have you open it up just perfectly, actually.
Great. Cool.
And my beer is called Oh Mama. It's like
Mama.
a Styx Renegade beer. You know, like they play for the Steelers.
That artwork is
Oh Mama, I'm in fear for my... You know, the whole thing. It's a lager. It's actually pretty good. It's 6%. It's a golden American lager and is made from Voodoo Brewing, which is in Meadville.
Okay, love that.
Yeah. But no, this
Absolutely love
label
that.
is cool, which brings me back to your beer, Chey.
label school.
Your label is super cool.
Oh yeah, no, my
Strange Roots, which
my-
we haven't had a ton of Strange
Right.
Roots beer,
She's
and we
totally
have the
badass.
last couple weeks because they didn't have it at Bellevue Beer or whatever. I started going to D's and McBroom's the last couple weeks for some beers. These Strange Roots labels are probably the coolest labels out there.
I'm probably more into the labels
Take
than
it
the
to
beer.
my camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
What'd you say? The Chey Cam?
Shake cam.
Let's get a Chey Cam solo. There we go.
We need good lighting.
I'm like part of it.
Oh,
so
there we go. Look at that.
like the back guy and the hype guy, you know?
Yeah,
What's in it?
exactly.
Free. We want $50 for that show.
Chey, you also have to remember this podcast, so a lot of people are just listening. So describe the woman on it.
I did. She's got black hair, the tattoo of the heart on her forehead. She's wearing like a red bandana.
She's gorgeous.
Mask kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just super awesome. She's got this like heart circle around
Obviously
her.
during COVID, so she's following protocol.
She's following protocol. Absolutely. Yeah, she just looks totally badass. I like her. She's pretty.
What would you rank your beer, Chey? We'll bring up now, Dustin. I guess we haven't prepped you for this. The way that
Let's go.
we rank our beers. We use the Guy Fieri Richter scale of flavor. So starting at number if you're on here, think of it like a Michelin star for a chef.
Yeah.
Like if you get 1 star, you're a beast, man. So anywhere on this is a good thing.
Very positive.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Starting at level 1, thumbs up. You got gangster. That's it's good. 2 stars, Out of Bounds. Number 3, you got Shut the Front Door. And number 4, Flavor Town.
Whatever you choose, you have to do.
Right? You can.
I gotta do
We'll
it.
actually have
I
you.
gotta do it.
Yeah. We'll have you rank both of them, actually.
Okay, well, that's better. So we'll do the Nugget Nectar first. And I'm going to go, since this is 7.5, that gives us like an extra ump.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Because at first I was getting like am I allergic to this damn beer vibes? And I just kind of like, if I just hold off and just nail it down, then I'll just be more drunk than I am allergic. Like that's kind of like a goal.
Good point.
Is that what your doctor says to do?
It's really true. If I just stay more drunk than allergic, I never get to that really point of being fully allergic. I'm too drunk.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're so allergic, so you're not aware.
So for that, we'll just go with the Out of Bounds.
Out of Bounds. And he did the hand motion. He did it the right way, Shay.
Yeah.
Shay.
I'm not very far. Are we going?
Oh no! You go with the other one.
All right, I'm really feeling.
So
it now.
Nugget Nectar gets to shut the front door.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. That was the Out of Bounds.
Oh, Out of Bounds.
That was Out of Bounds.
Okay,
pretty good.
Yeah,
but I'm playing the game with
no,
that
I got
one. This
you,
one so far, I'm not feeling. Hold on.
Sip it up.
Yeah.
We need a second opinion.
I'm making sure I'm feeling that airtime.
We need the ASMR.
I don't feel like I'm going to be allergic to this beer. And that's funny that I can feel it that quick, by the way.
Yeah. Maybe it's because it's gluten-free. Maybe you have a gluten issue.
Yes,
You celiac.
Yes. And it's still a very high percentage, so we're going to go for the shut the front door on this.
Oh, the STFD.
Yes.
For the Aurochs. Absolutely. We love to see it. Aurochs rocking it.
We love to see it.
Oh, Shay, you know what an Auroch is?
No, please tell
It's
me.
like a giant, it's like a big bull. It's like a big cattle.
It's not like a character from World of Warcraft or something.
It might
That's an
be.
orc.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
an orc.
It's closer to like,
Close.
oh, what's the thing that was in the middle of the maze or the labyrinth that has the bull's head? You know what I'm talking about?
I do, but I have.
It has the human body and the bull head. Producer Jess off the air. Look that up.
Tar.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like a
Minotaur.
tar.
Yeah, that's
Minotaur?
it.
Good job.
Okay, there we are.
What is my brain doing between then and there? What is happening? It's there.
Yeah.
Like
It's the allergies.
allergies.
It is. It's the Aurochs working on you, man.
That is true. Like sometimes, like not having a lot of oxygen to my brain, like helps with the high. So
Yeah,
it's part of the experience.
That's why you need a spotter if you're masturbating with a belt, man. All right.
You need to put that on a fucking drop.
That seemed like too much of a personal experience.
Yeah,
right
man.
there.
The more you know. Thank you, Jess. Let's. It seems like a good segue to get into U Nation stuff to do in Pittsburgh. Weekend guide.
Weekend
Yeah.
guide.
Shay, there's not actually. I'm saying it like there's not normally, but
Right.
like this week, I think if I could pick one week that I could do all 4 events, this would be the week.
All 4?
All 4 of them.
Okay, so usually the events are good, but all 4 of them, that's a big deal.
All 4 of them. Shay, I love the way you're talking it up. Look at you. You sound like a fucking pro, Shay.
Literally, I'm with it.
You are with it today. I love it. Now, I'm going to kill a little bit of time by bringing up the right picture because I want it to be perfect while we talk about this. We need this stuff to do in Pittsburgh women.
Who's doing it today?
Britta is doing it, I
Britta.
believe.
I like Britta.
To help you hit buttons.
I'm figuring it out. There we go.
I like all the girls.
It's all wrong, but whatever. We're going to get into the stuff to do in Pittsburgh, and I'll figure it out as we go. So here we are. I believe it is Britta.
Hey guys, it's Britta, and I am so excited to go through this weekend's events. As of right now, the weather is looking good, so be sure to enjoy it. Starting off with the summer safari, grooving through the zoo. At the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium, you will, quote, dance through the decades while enjoying live entertainment, libations, and dishes provided by Taste. You also have some good options when it comes to attire. The zoo suggests cocktail fashionable, jungle stylish, or to dress your decade. Food and drink is included in the ticket price, and this is a 21 and up event. If you're like me, then you love a good laugh. Head over to Mulberry Hill on Saturday for the Steel City Comedy Tour. There will be craft cocktails, hard cider, a full bar menu, and all of the pizza you can imagine. The show is scheduled for outside, but it will be moved inside if it rains. Get ready to see some of Pittsburgh's favorite comedians while also enjoying a good laugh. Speaking of Pittsburgh favorites, Joe Grishecki and the Haus Rockers are gearing up for a free concert on Friday, June 10th. Head out to the South Park Amphitheater for music, food trucks, Black Dog Winery, and Hop Farm Brewing Company. And lastly, Pizza Fest is making its grand return. Yes, I said Pizza Fest, affectionately dubbed a saucy celebration of everything pizza. This festival highlights artisan pizza pies from some of Pittsburgh's best chefs. Featured restaurants include Caliente, Alta Vita, Slice on Broadway, and more. There will also be live music, and it's held at East End Brewing, so of course you can grab a beer. As always, you can purchase tickets to these events via our weekend guide and find even more happenings around the city this weekend. Thank you, and bye.
And there you have it!
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The wonderful ladies from Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh. Chey, did any of those stick out to you?
Oh, the first one.
More
Absolutely.
than normal?
Like, I love animals so much more than I love anything in this entire world. That is freaking awesome.
So you're talking about the summer safari.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, they all were really good. I think that you're 100% correct on that, but definitely the animals stood out to me most.
Yeah, no, I think it's a whole like party. It's a 21 plus event. I think it's $90 general admission.
Yep.
VIP is $150.
I mean, like, what do you get for VIP though? Because
You definitely get to ride it. You get to ride it out.
Animals,
That's
right?
what I mean. I'm definitely touching any animal I want.
I'm getting some animal
I do not
touching.
care if I'm
Chey,
going to
why are
die.
you winking while you say that? Why are you licking your lips and winking?
You know what I mean?
I'm touching a
I like
lemur if
animals
I'm going,
way
man.
more than I like people. I said that.
I'm touching the lemurs.
They're warm.
I just want to meet some animals, you know. Some people, most of these people are not that great. I just making new friends.
Absolutely, that's the way you got to do
I
it.
am
man.
curious. You got to.
Oh yeah, $150. I mean,
Yeah. Plus,
do you
it's
got?
only like VIP. I think opens at 6, and then general admission is
6:30.
6:30. So whatever that half an hour is, you
better
know,
be litty.
it's 8 balls and giraffes, man. I'd sign up for that VIP tour. Absolutely.
I was trying not to
Yeah.
brag too much on the thing. Like, how far can we go with this? Like, 'cause, you know,
Dustin, we can go as far as
Literally
you want,
as
man.
far as you
I'm
want
like,
to go.
pull back. Chris is like, cocaine. Like, okay, all right, let's go. Come to the cocaine animal party, Pittsburgh Zoo, guys. PBG Aquarium.
That's why.
Should be for
Animal
150
party.
damn bucks. Holy crap!
That's why Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh comes to us to talk about their events and blow them up, man.
Exactly.
Blow
Blow
them
'em
up.
Blow.
Blow 'em up.
That's fun. That was enjoyable.
Now let's talk about this comedy thing, the Steel City comedian thing. That looked like a pretty good show.
Yes.
I think Joey Welch, Marcus Cox, and Mike Wysocki were on the thing.
Like the raw stuff.
On
me
the
see.
thing.
Yeah,
On the
there we
thing.
go. On the poster.
On the
There we
thing.
go.
I want to I love when people say the thing when they mean nouns because that's such a boomer difficulty. Because I have this
He said it's
with
a
my
fucking
dad.
boomer.
Yeah.
It's a boomer
difficulty.
thing.
I
It is.
can't.
Because like my dad, this is how he describes like things and events around where he lives. Like say for example, I need to go up to and get the car place and get the car place. I'm like, I'm just as
The
bad
car-
now,
the
right?
car thing.
The car. I didn't go to the mechanic and get my tires fixed or oil changed, and my dad would just be like, "You just do the thing up there in West Katanning." And I'm like, "What? Like where and what is that?" Like, he just proper nouns are gone from the boomer vocabulary. They're just gone because I guess
don't
there was
exist.
a time that like a certain area was just known for a certain thing. Like
Yeah.
the gas station was over there, the mechanic was over there, the food was over there. So when people talk to each other, it's like, "Hey, you want to get up fries?" Yeah, you just go up north. The fries are up north. Like, what the fuck? Uncle Bob, where? What exit? You know? Sorry, I went on a real crazy.
Oh no,
tangent there.
no!
I was like
It's
triggered.
so true.
No, I realized that, and it's definitely something like I'll listen back to the show. Usually after a day, because like the first day I'm like, I don't want to hear anything. Everything I said
the same thing.
was
I
the
can't-
dumbest thing.
I can't
Everything that
listen
came
to
out of my
anything.
mouth was garbage. Like it's shit puke that came out of my mouth.
Shit puke.
Shit puke.
Fucking shit puke.
Yeah. It's that bad. And then I'll listen back to it. I'm like, it's not that bad. But like the
takes
things
a
that I
day.
say
Yeah,
are like,
yeah.
Day.
I'm like the thing and the ting and the, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I do that in the opening. All the whatever.
The opening is the worst part. I do it all the time. Actually, this is another controversial person, Wendy Bell.
Yeah.
I was just watching randomly. I'm like, oh, what the hell she's up to? And she's actually on some kind of crazy network now, but she was doing her own podcast, and she opened up her podcast, and it made me feel like, yeah, everyone has these problems, because she just talked to her co-host.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, what'd you do this weekend? And he was like, I just slept in. And I was like, guys, you're so bored. What is happening? But I'll do that too. I'm like, I'm going to do a great podcast. Dustin, how was your weekend? Hey, it was fun, and yeah.
That's one of those things too that we'll find it like as soon as like the microphone stopped, then it's like, oh, this was way more interesting than anything we just said.
Yeah.
So, but
wild.
It's one of those.
I feel like I'm always saying something interesting though, so like I don't know exactly
well,
what
let's
you
go
guys
to
are
Chey.
talking about.
That is true, Shay. Thank you so much.
Pretty fascinating, honestly.
Shay, any of the other ones stick out to you? You like Joe Grishecki and the House Rockers?
Absolutely.
Joe
I heard
Grishecki's actually
I heard
legit
free
guitar
concert,
player.
So like that was cool.
Some of those concerts that they're doing, I saw they have. Do you know Soul Asylum, Shay?
Yes, absolutely.
From the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Brent Denon. I know him. Michael Franti, Spearhead. There's some decent free shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all about it, Shay.
All about the free shows.
I love the free situation.
But
I had Joe on one of my talk shows back in the day.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Joe Grishecki came in. He played like 2 songs. It's a really good episode, actually.
he's definitely a legit guitar player.
Yeah. Played with Bruce Springsteen. Right?
Yeah, he's as good as anyone around.
Real.
Yeah, he's legit.
And then pizza.
And then Pizza Fest, Shay.
And I mean, come on.
I'm glad you brought it up.
I mean, come on. Pizza's always
That's at East End Brewing. Now, one thing, because in my research, because I was looking at this stuff, and, I want to do my due diligence.
Oh, absolutely.
One thing I found out that will be helpful to the listener or the viewer.
Yeah.
Available on YouTube and Facebook, watching now streaming.
Why are you
so
not
you should watch it on Monday nights.
Yes.
But you have to purchase your ticket in advance online. So that could save some people some time.
No boomers then.
Yeah.
Which is kind of legit.
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of weeding out some of the riffraff.
Just some of the riffraff.
Yeah. Some of the old people.
The riffraff.
The people who don't know how to use the QR code menus.
Oh, isn't that funny?
Man,
those people will not be there.
Have you seen that happen like in real time when you look over?
I work at a restaurant.
Like,
well, yeah.
They're trying so hard to like, how do I scan?
But they get angry even before they even start scanning. They're like,
QR codes.
I just want a menu. Like I just want to look at something.
Yeah.
Bitch, that is your menu. Your menu's
like,
right there.
You have every menu in your hand right now.
That's what I
if
mean.
you want to find it,
honestly,
you have literally every
single menu
if you
possible.
want it, it's on your hands, but you don't want to.
So
because it's not paper. Because it's
to be you.
Shay,
go to McDonald's.
Do you guys do mobile ordering or from Sheets or anything like that?
Yes.
You ever
we don't
feel
like to
so
interact with people.
superior when you walk into like a Sheets and your order's on the mobile and you see people in line.
Oh my god!
And you're just like,
do you not feel super? You're like, thanks, guys. I say thank you
and
so
they're like,
fucking
how?
much.
They look
Thank
so
you.
confused.
Oh yeah, I have the
You
whole
need to
app.
wear like a king robe and a crown. And just
It
like
feels
have people
so
kiss
good.
your rings on your way out.
That's really funny.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna make
excuse
that
me.
You're waiting for your MTO.
My fucking order's ready. Can you move?
I want to make that happen. 2 people roll up. They open the door for you. They roll down the red carpet right to the little mobile kiosk, which is like this big now.
Yeah.
And you just go over and you grab it.
I'm just picturing the Cowardly
I try to be
Lion.
like on like one of those things that just like will you like you don't even walk.
Really,
you just just move out the door like an escalator.
Well, don't they have it? Can't they run it out to your car?
That's what it's called.
They can. You're right.
Is
I've
that
never-
more or
not,
less?
No, hell no.
Would you rather go in and have people see you? Yeah.
Yes.
I want people to see me, but that is so fucking bougie to make.
That's why I want it.
To make them come out. No, to make them come
to
out
come
for
out.
you.
Yeah.
Like bring it to
like,
fucking me.
I'll drive the whole way there,
Yeah.
but I won't walk
Yes.
the last 10 feet.
No.
That's a bridge too far. Those
That's too
double
much.
doors, fuck that.
I guess it's supposed to be a COVID protocol, but bullshit on that stuff. You're walking in and like,
If you're getting dinner at Sheets, you're not worried about your health.
Exactly.
Exactly. Good point.
Yeah.
That's
By the way,
hysterical.
I love Sheets.
I do too.
That is one of
So
my
good.
favorite restaurants.
What's like one thing that you get like every single time? Doesn't matter.
Either some type of cheese fries, the mozzarella sticks, or I like their cold coffees, the cold like frozen coffees.
I haven't had their cold coffees yet.
Yeah, there's like so much
Surprisingly.
there.
There
know.
was like a mac and cheese bite shortage. There were chicken finger
Oh, yeah,
shortages.
no, there was. You
I
couldn't
don't
get
understand the
anything
mac and
chicken.
cheese bite shortage, but
I don't know. Those things were hot. And popping
COVID
at
knocked
one
out
point.
the mac and cheese farms, I guess.
I get their jalapeno cheese pretzel every fucking time.
That's great.
Does not matter what.
haven't got
I'm
that in a
drunk,
while.
sober, doesn't matter what else I'm getting. Every time.
A soft pretzel's
I can tell
consistently
I'm a little
good.
buzz because that sounds like the greatest thing in the world right now.
It's so good.
Not just to toot the horn of the business upstairs, but 565, the Grill 565, the stuffed pretzel here.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Oh my
Bars
fucking
and
It's
God.
pretzels.
absolutely
Well, I might get that then.
Yeah.
When we're done here.
Yeah.
Actually, let's wrap this up.
Let's call him up. Hey, we can have him just send it down. But that the
We
pizza,
were talking about pizza.
Now stuffed pretzels.
the
cool.
Pizza Fest has like different pizzerias and stuff. I saw around Caliente's, Pizza Parma, and some of the other places. East End Brewing, and there's like 2 different windows from 4 to 6 and from 7 to 9. If you want to go to both of them, I think you have to buy separate tickets or whatever. But Pizza Fest sounds like a blast. So do all of them, man.
They
Check
do all
out
sound really
Joe
good.
Grishecki. Check out Marcus and Mike and Joey. I think at Still City Comedy Tour at Yinzer Valley Farm. Have you ever been there? It's Mount Pleasant. I don't know what that is.
No.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yinzer Valley Farm. I don't know if it's a newer
Yinzer
place.
Valley Farm.
That let's bring up.
Does it
I
get
believe
any
this
more
is the
Pittsburgh than
picture.
that?
Down there. It looks nice. They're doing something outdoor, and it
Looks
says
new.
if it rains, they're taking it inside. But I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
I mean,
I don't know what
that's
it
a good
is.
picture.
That is a good picture.
Yeah, that's it. Looks
Outdoor
super
comedy,
nice.
obviously started during COVID, but now I think some places that actually have really nice setups,
Yeah.
like they're trying to do that. Personally, like I said, I've done stand up in a very long time. Outdoor comedy seems like would be a very uncomfortable thing.
Have you seen any of the shows at outside?
No, I've not gone. No, I'm not.
Producer
gone to
Jess back there got me tickets for my birthday, I believe, and I went to see Hannibal Buress,
anything. Oh,
and I went to see him out in Butler.
doesn't
somewhere.
matter where you'd see him.
Yeah, but it was definitely he was good, but like it was just such a weird vibe.
Yeah.
And just like when people were leaving, driving away, and then you could listen to it on the radio in your car, but it wasn't the same exact like feed as listening outside. So like the laughs were off, and people would honk to laugh, and then it would like
That's
you
so
wouldn't hear
weird.
things.
Yeah.
And
No, I don't like it. That's why most of the time it's like I hear stories about those type of stand-up shows, and I'm sure there are some that are just great. But I think overall,
yeah,
it's like
you need the intimate setting.
Yeah, you're
the-
replacing something that we can't
Yeah.
have now, so that makes sense. But when everything comes around, unless you have a great setup
Yeah.
and some great sound. But I remember my favorite place to perform was in Corner Cafe. I think that bar's still open up on not Mount Washington. Is it Mount Washington? It's more toward Allentown, I believe. And in that place, there was one door, and once that door was shut, it had low ceilings like this, and it's about a third of this bar right here. It was great. Dark, one light on you. You could command. You didn't have to be that funny because like everyone had to pay attention to you because you're just like the room's just cornered that way.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's how I felt like you stand up. Outside, that's tough. You're like
Yeah.
fighting so many things,
that is like it, you.
and you got to be funny.
Yeah.
It's not really fair
Absolutely.
for a comedian to like go in a place that's not like set up for it,
Yeah. Right.
and then expecting them to like
Yeah.
succeed.
But hey, VFWs and stuff aren't that much better.
Oh, yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest.
But at least you're, if it rains, you can at least finish your set.
Right.
Like,
gotta
what do
try
you
to-
do if it starts raining?
I don't
Gotta
know.
make a joke about the rain, I guess.
I don't know. Do a
Just
lot
hope
of
that people just like stay and say fuck the rain. Like
just get in their car, I guess.
It's weird times, I guess.
It's weird.
Hopefully,
times.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's a bygone era. But
Yeah, you're right. Hopefully it's an over thing, done and over with.
Well, maybe we'll use this as a transition then. What if we used the comedy scene as you just throw on your glasses instead of getting in your car? What if you used your Oculus, your
the
VR,
Oculus
whatever?
thing. So that's a good point, and I have done a little bit of the live events with
Yeah.
VR. Usually, I'm just playing video games.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, for the listeners, I'm using the VR, which is the Facebook Oculus, which I
Yeah.
think is now called Meta.
Well, Dustin,
it's not
maybe you
even
should
called-
give a little background
they're not
about
even
you.
called Oculus. They're called the Quest now, the Meta Quest 2. All these fucking marketing words.
Yeah.
So, like, background on what,
Words are
though? Go
hard.
ahead, say
A
it.
background on you, because we got into the beer and stuff, and I kind of introduced you, but
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah.
I actually did Dustin's
who
show.
am I?
Yeah, we're
let's back up.
35 minutes
Where the
in.
hell
do we find this guy
I'm
at?
just this dude who comes on podcasts, and I just make the podcast
Dustin,
better.
I have to say that I can't give you a better compliment than we're 35 minutes in, and I haven't even gotten a chance to.
You know what? That's great. Actually, I very much appreciate
Yeah.
that. But I'm gonna put the pressure on right now, and then go ahead and introduce me.
Okay, we have. let me bring this back
What
up.
am I? Who am I? You don't even know.
Oh fuck! I forgot what it was.
This is the guy in the
guy in the
corner.
corner.
This is the guy in
that's
the
right.
corner.
You know
Yeah.
what? Let's see if I can do this.
Put me in the corner?
I'm
No,
trying to
you're
put
right.
you in the corner. Nobody puts
Nobody
baby in the
puts
corner.
Beardy in the corner.
It's not perfect. There we go.
That's pretty close.
There we go.
Damn freaking close.
See, here's the problem, Chris. You look enough like me that, like you know, with low enough quality and the lights kind of hitting us pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, they might not know the difference. Well, I'll give you my own intro. My name is Dustin Dowling. I can be found on social media at the Beardy Boy.
Yes.
And I am a filmmaker, comedian, producer. I've been working with comedians and stuff since the beginning of Craigslist.
Oh.
Does anyone even in this room has
Jesus.
used Craigslist ever? Have you made a Craigslist post in your entire life?
A post? Absolutely not.
Wow, that's
I feel like I looked for a bed frame or something before.
okay. So you at least have some
I
kind
look
of
for
reference.
animals on there.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I look for
So you
animals on
can so you
Craigslist.
can have them for
Animals,
2
like,
weeks
to
and get
take
bored with
or
them,
to, like,
Chey.
to take care of?
Yeah, like I want them.
All right, I keep ruining my own intro here. So,
Craigslist corner guy.
Craig, so I'm the Craigslist guy. No, like that was back in the day. That's how I started my career. I basically like got on Craigslist and I'd be like, hey, I'm making videos, I'm making movies and stuff. I need other people to do these things, and that's legitimately how I met Aaron Kleiber,
Yeah.
who is a stand-up comedian. And we started making videos, and I kind of got at stand-up for a while. Then I met people like Matt Light. I've actually done a lot of stuff with Ray Zawadney and Colin. If you do any type of search on like the Pits.company. So I've basically been doing comedy and video forever. Like I think I made a joke about when I did my first video. I was 8 years old.
Uh-huh.
And I did stop animation with
Yeah.
Legos.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this for a long time. And you were on my podcast a couple weeks ago. Smart House.
Yeah, smart house.
Yeah, which is I talk about technology and the future and virtual reality because I'm like obsessed with that kind of stuff.
I do
And
remember.
That's why we start talking about VR.
Yeah, he was talking about all this stuff, and I was just wondering how long it would take until we all fucked it. Pretty much.
Physically fucked
Physically
it?
fucked it, yeah.
Well, first of all, porn and sex is always at the forefront of technology.
Right.
Obviously.
They lead
Yeah.
technology.
Obviously.
Hey,
So
man,
we
there's
can
games
have-
that'll make you come in 30 seconds. I've seen them. I've seen ads.
So we can have that
I know
conversation
exactly, firsthand.
about the technology of VR and porn, but maybe we should save that one for another time.
No time better than now, honestly.
No.
But do you guys have any experience in VR at all?
No, I would
No.
like to. I don't.
It's not that expensive, too.
The thing that throws me off is I don't know that I'm just so afraid I'm going to break something around me.
Yes. Yes. So I will confer that I have damaged my TV already. Yeah. So, and it's not that bad. But it's so. At first, I was like trying to keep away from it because if you're in the VR, this weird thing you do, once you get the headgear on, you have to create a thing called the Guardian, which is basically saying like, I don't want to walk past this limit.
Okay.
So if you're in your living room, you're basically like, this circle is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to knock into my TV, into my couch,
Right.
yada, 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 yada. But you could, you're still there.
Oh, absolutely.
So like,
How much square footage do they allow you? Like
you
you
know
can
what? I
set
don't know
it?
the maximum because
Yeah.
I wanted to play in the places where it is big because
Yeah.
there is an advantage
Right.
to when you do make a big garden, you can physically walk to places.
Oh,
but,
really?
But with the controls, you just use
Yeah.
the controls. But it is kind of cool to
Yeah.
to physically do it.
Right.
So but like when you get in some intense games, and there are some intense games of like fighting and sports, and I think I did mine, which all I did was reload my gun. But I reload my gun because you physically have to do it. So I was like, and I went, bam, and elbow. I know I'm physically doing this for people listening, but like I'm moving my hands like I'm reloading a gun, and I just tapped right into my TV. So now I put like a blanket on it, which kind of helps, but you know, it happens. You know,
How bad was
It doesn't
damage?
help you watching the
now
TV.
It's purple in that area. A little bit.
It's like fine. That's a good color.
Yeah.
It's like fine.
But it is by far the most fun thing I do now.
That's something I would have to do, and I would have to have like an extra foot or two, like on beyond where I marked it, because I know I'm gonna reach.
Well, that's what's funny. You
or
start
fall
to, little
or
things,
something.
just like any piece of technology or any type of learning anything. Even my daughter does this too. Even creating your guardian, you start to realize like, oh, well, I can kind of make it over here, and I realize that's the couch, and that's the TV, and I need to pull back from there. You do weird things like this, but the biggest difference in the last couple of years of VR has been, one, it's all wireless now. Even a couple of years ago, it wasn't wireless.
Okay.
And two, the headgears, physically, I bought some adapters, comfortable.
Yeah.
It's physically comfortable. And just the games in the last few months have just upgraded to a point where, like, I feel like this is it. Hey, do you know Fortnite?
Yeah.
Fortnite's a really popular game. It's so much. I used to play a little bit, but now there's a game called Populous 1, which is similar. It's the same idea as only you're reloading. And they had a regular map, but then like just like in Fortnite, they updated the map area, and they basically put like a city in the middle of this few things. So now just imagine like you have like farmlands and you're fighting, which is whatever. Yeah. But then in the corner of the map, you make a city. Right. You're basically adding 10 times the space because you're going up.
Right.
And now you completely change the game.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm running through cities and you're talking. The audio is really good too to talk to people. Right. So I think I was telling you earlier, I dreamt my entire life to be doing what I'm doing in the last 2 weeks of my life. Yeah. It's just for fun wise. Like my whole life, there was Virtual Boy, Nintendo made something, and like just a few movies. But I always dreamt, like, I just want to put a fucking headgear on and just play Call of Duty or whatever it is. And now I'm in that moment breaking my television, falling over my couch. It's awesome.
How long?
I don't know how I got here without, you know.
Yeah. What do you see how do you see it growing from where it is now?
Well, there's this thing where, have you seen the movie Player One?
No.
That's like the best. Have you seen Player One? That's the best movie because it physically almost has the gear we have now, how it's going to be. And I think that movie's like, it's set in the far future, obviously, like, everything sucks. Everyone's poor.
There's there's never a future that's not dystopian.
Yeah, it's always a dystopian future.
Right. The most realistic future, I think, is Idiocracy. Have you seen that?
Oh, my God. I can talk. That's another podcast, bro. We talk about that for fucking ever. But yeah, like I forget now the question we were exactly talking about.
The way that the VR, where do you see it like growing?
Oh, where it's going. I mean,
I can't believe I remember my question. That's
I
the
was
first
so
time
surprised
ever in the history
because I was
of the
like,
show.
if you don't know, I don't remember. I mean, it's such an experience. Right now, it's so much video games, and I feel like it's just fun to go in and play like a VR video game.
Yeah.
And obviously, Meta and other companies are trying to do like the multiverse and conferencing, and because everyone working remote now, right? Yeah. People want to work remote. If you want to work at home, you still got to like talk to each other and create things. And I think that's another big step. First, I said how comfortable they're becoming. Yeah. So if it's that comfortable that I can just hang out in my living room and say we're designing a car or a vehicle, and I can just I drew it in a 3D model, and I can pull that 3D model up and show it to you, and then we can discuss what the door looks like. So I think a lot of that is going to start happening. So even more remote work is going to happen because it's going to be so easy to interact with people. But the whole sense of like the multiverse, which is such a weird word because it's just the internet. But I think when people think that is like they want to go into a place and be in that universe. So sort of like video games, like there's already a version of this. I want to be in the version of the Matrix world. Yeah. Where like I'm like Neo and I can fly, but everything's kind of tinted green. The Unreal Engine's called that. And that would be, you can go there. And then if I like got a cool jacket in that universe, I could go to another universe like the Back to the Future movies universe and wear that jacket. Yeah. So when people talk about the metaverse, I think they mean that, but you really can't at the point now like get something from this video game and take it to this video game. Yeah. That's kind of like it. So you're like, if you're playing Mario Brothers on Nintendo and you get like the flower, Like you want to take that and go into Grand Theft Auto.
Right, yeah.
Like, that's what people think and want to do.
I don't know if you'll get the reference, but you have a kid. Is it like Wreck-It Ralph? Do you see the second one?
Wreck-It Ralph is the reference to that.
Really?
They're like they understand. That's like the joke. They understanding like this is how it's going to be. But yes, that's a very close example. But the way I see it, it's just the internet too. It's you're getting on a browser.
Yeah.
And you go to Google and you have all these options. Like when I was a kid, it was Yahoo.
Yeah.
And you just have all these options. And now it's instead of just going on a page, now you're physically in a lobby, which looks like a lobby of a building.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, do I want to go over here? Do I need to make money over here? And at some point in the future, are we even going to know?
I was just going to ask, how long is it before the metaverse is just the universe?
Or are we just in a simulation right now?
I think that we are.
We're 100%.
You believe that?
Oh, yeah.
I kind of think that we are in some form or something, yes.
Have you seen the experiment that proves that's probably true?
No.
It's called the, let me make sure I don't want to get it wrong. It's called the double slit experiment.
Okay.
So
That's what we call you and Jack.
Do you know the difference? Do you know that? Oh, shit. Sorry, let's get some jokes in there. I'm sorry. I'm talking so serious now. I hope we haven't killed any of your listeners.
Continue, please. Whatever Chris is saying is stupid as fuck anyway.
No.
I'm sure you can understand the difference between a particle and a wave, right?
Yeah.
You can have a somewhat concept.
A wave is like that, and then a particle is just a
when
single.
You think of a wave, though, you really don't see waves, even though like light from there.
Light wave, sound wave, what have you. Yeah.
And a particle is actually a physical thing. Okay, so
name another wave.
If we go down into the super small, like what's that even called? I always forget that word.
Shays Brain. Oh, zing!
What zinger?
Comedy coming back.
Funny tonight. Like wow.
If you would have like a piece of paper, or whatever, and you would cut slits into it.
Okay.
And I had a thing that could shoot particles, the size of particles to it.
Okay, I think I've seen.
I've seen it, and there's something like a board, like I see in front of me behind that.
Yeah.
And I'm shooting particles at these slits.
Yeah.
That board would kind of have like the slits. Like
think if you're like spray painting a baby's crib.
Yes. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's such a great example.
There we go. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, his head just got so huge.
Yeah,
and I'm a good analogy guy.
It would have the lines.
Yeah.
Now instead of think about it as waves, but you got to think about to make it work. You got to put the piece of paper in water.
Okay.
And I'm like splashing. So now the waves from the splash hit the water, hit those 4 slits, and out of those 4 slits will come 4 more waves. So what happens now on the board, instead of you getting 4 lines of particles, you kind of get these 4 like lines that are slowly, like it's a heavy line and it kind of fades away because it's a wave, you know, like that. So they did this experiment for real. And when they shot the particle and they measured it, it became the lines. When they didn't measure it and they just looked at the board, it was the waves. So what happens is, it only becomes the particle, physical things that we see when it's measured or physically looked at in some way. Or observed is the word. Okay. So what they're saying is, think about it as a video game, right? When you're playing this way, you're playing a video game, you're looking forward, the game's not processing anything behind you.
Right.
That'd be a waste. Yeah. Because it's only processing it's what's observed and seen. So that's why so if you look behind you, it works. Yeah. So that's what they think reality is. It's like it's only what we can all perceive. That's the joke. If the tree falls in the wood, does it really fall in the woods? So that's why you think that's the experiment they really did. That's why they think we're in a simulation, because it changes from a wave to a particle.
Just because you're paying attention.
Yeah, just from paying attention to it.
That's weird. I like hearing stuff
that's
like
amazing.
That.
Yeah,
I've seen that, but the way you explained it, that makes sense.
Now, next time you do, you watch. Next time you see it again, you'll be like, "Oh, now I get it."
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
We are in a simulation, and yes, we are going to put ourselves into another simulation. Yeah, and we wonder how many times this has happened already.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, how many times we've switched?
How many? Right.
Like
in what's the other movie? And I was gonna say Interception, but that's not right. It's not Interception.
Interstellar.
Inception. Dream in a dream in a dream.
Right.
Yeah.
Similar ideas.
It's crazy to think about. It's like crazy to process it. That's a whole deep hole that you don't want to go down. That's crazy.
I know. I'm like almost too sober enough for it.
It's insane.
We'll fix that, Dustin.
Yeah, I know, right?
We have a whole table here. You're fine.
Yeah,
we got you.
No drinks for me. So.
Oh, I love that. I'm gonna have to watch it. That's exciting.
Watch what?
The double slip. I'll only remember that because of your joke.
Definitely don't search that, but yeah.
If you do search it though, it's like a weird. The one most popular one is like almost like a cartoon.
Yeah.
And it's like this old dude, but like if you watch that, it's the best one to watch.
Yeah.
You're like, nothing matters.
Well, like I was telling you a little bit earlier, I went to see Neil deGrasse Tyson back in the fall or whatever, and he was saying how he kind of thought it was like a simulation, and it was either like there's way smarter people that have like, or maybe he was talking about other, living beings and stuff and aliens and stuff. It's either that they existed and like they're observing us and watching us and we're kind of their toy, or they're observing us, or we're their simulation that we created or were created by them, or we're the first people. And
that's the craziest one.
What are the chances of being the first people, really?
Well, at first, I thought that. I was like, what are the chances? But there's a couple other paradoxes, and I can't remember the name of it, but basically it says, like, if there are aliens and like if like there's all these possibilities, all these galaxies, and like we we can see so far, and there's all this shit, but we don't have any real evidence. Yeah. And it's starting to be like, well, time's been around. There's a lot of time that's happened.
Yeah.
So there's this thought like no one gets advanced enough to reach each other. We either blow each other up, or a comet hits. Like it's just
Putin comes around.
Yeah, like it's just the universe is so complicated and so just crazy. Like no advanced culture can ever get to a point to be time traveling and going through space, because either destroy yourselves.
Yeah.
Or something else terrible happens. It's just like 1,000 different things. So sometimes, like, maybe we are the only ones. Maybe we are the first.
I mean, if every other race of being is like humans, then I could see them just destroying themselves.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You would think maybe by some point there would be a being that could do something, but maybe they're all egotistical like us.
Fuck that. It's definitely not just us.
I hope not. I'm getting bored. I want something else to happen. I feel like
we need an alien mother lord coming in,
and then the pandemic, and then like I feel like everyone's like, yeah, everything's getting normal. I'm like, what do you mean? Let's keep going. Like,
that's what happens. We used to have.
Let's like fucking take this.
We used to have like life events that happened once a life, and then they happen twice a life, and now they happen every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And now we need something all the time.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Like,
if they don't happen, then you create
thought like
one.
Amber Heard was just gonna peel her skin off, and like I was like, yes, finally,
she's a reptile.
I believe it. I absolutely believe it.
When I was younger and like 9/11, I was like, okay, so this is mine. Like, some people went through World War II.
Yeah.
People went through the recession. I'm going to talk about 9/11.
Yeah.
And then the recession, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to talk about everything until the whole world is just over.
Which is going to happen in 2028.
Wild. Yeah. Right.
Right.
When's the world going to be done?
Right.
But let's see. What else did I want to talk about?
We were talking about. It was called Idiocracy. I forgot the name.
Idiocracy. Yeah.
Idiocracy. Have you seen the movie on Netflix called Don't Look Up?
No.
I heard so.
Is that the one with Brad
mixed
Pitt?
Reviews.
Brad Pitt in that? No, I don't think so. It's
Okay,
Leonardo
maybe
DiCaprio.
Oh, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. That's what I was thinking.
From Hunger Games.
Jennifer
Lawrence and Jonah Hill. It was hilarious because he's such a dick.
Who?
Jonah Hill.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And like, because he's like, it's just the greatest movie because people think it was.
Is it good? Did you like it?
Greatest.
I heard.
Is it better than them and Wolf of Wall Street?
I mean, Wolf of Wall Street is like a classic movie. Don't Look Up is like this movie you think like, oh, is it going to be like a woke film because it has DiCaprio and it's talking about politics?
Yeah.
But it's such like on the level of Idiocracy.
Yeah.
It's like this little bit in the future, and people are just like, what's this? I don't want to ruin the whole movie, but basically a meteor is about to hit Earth and kill everybody.
Oh, okay.
And eventually the smartest people on Earth are like people like Zuckerberg. It's not Zuckerberg. But they have like characters like that, and characters like Steve Jobs are like, well, actually,
some guy who wears a
of,
turtleneck.
It has a lot of lithium and gold, so it'd be really helpful if we would like go get it and bring it down to Earth. So they change the whole plan of like blowing it up because everyone's stupid. They just don't care.
Yeah,
they just want to make money.
Yep.
And it's
I'll definitely have to watch that.
It is so. It is like opened like into like people are like, oh my god, society's over.
I definitely heard
so
some mixed reviews about it.
Oh, yeah. It was either people liked it or people absolutely fucking hated it.
It's great.
There was no in between.
I think there is in between. I think when you hear people that say hate it, that's just because they want to lean into it and they want to make a name or go viral or something like that. If you would actually, even if you pulled up probably the Rotten Tomatoes right now, I bet the critics and the users are like over 80.
Yeah.
Or close. So, but yeah, go watch that show. Fucking great.
I'll definitely check it out. Chey, get the Chey cam on. There we go. Hopefully everyone's watching. Now, Chey, where can everybody find us? Do you want to tell everybody? We'll have you do that.
Oh, we're everywhere. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We have a link tree that we'll post in the with the video. You can find us on YouTube.
I think you got it. Well, yeah, those are all that. You find our I meant where you can find us watching. You can watch us on YouTube.
You can watch us on YouTube and you
Facebook.
can do Facebook Live.
Yeah, so for the people just listening now, if you're on your run, if you're driving to work, wherever you're going, thank you for listening. But you can also watch us here with Dustin, watch us with any of our guests. We have Ray Zawadney coming on next week. We have Scott Tate coming on.
Will be here.
And we have John Knight coming on at the end of the month. I'm excited for him as well. Dustin, anything else you want to discuss?
I mean, we could discuss a bunch of stuff. I'm kind of drunk now.
Yeah.
You know.
Tell everyone where they can find your podcast and anything else that you're doing.
You can go to thepits.company, and that will give you the string of all the fun things to watch. We got the Smart House podcast. We got the Matt Light podcast. We haven't currently done one in a couple of weeks, but I think we got a bunch of episodes of those. There's also.
I was just going to ask, is he still doing it? What's going on?
There's some talks of another talk show that he's doing.
Yeah.
Possibly in my studio. I shouldn't even say that much, but there's that and
information.
yeah. But those are just talks. They're just talks, and that's a talk show. But if that gets all done and sorted, maybe we'll bring Matt back for a podcast. But I also other things. I got You Like This, which I'm gonna bring back, which is this weird YouTube show I do with a friend of mine. His name is Jägermeister, and he is from Germany.
You like that? You like that?
And that's him right now, I guess. And he doesn't quite understand how to make YouTube videos, so it works out really awesome when we try to make them. So you can check those out at thepits.company. Type that in your URL bar.
There you go.
So, yeah.
We'll put it in our info.
Yeah,
Or whatever. And we'll put his
in the
link
info.
tree in our link tree, or his link tree in our info.
Yeah,
and
put his
we'll
link
go
tree
from
in our
there,
link
man.
tree like that.
Link tree. Put my link tree in your link tree.
Please. Let's get it going. I'm for it.
Let's link it up.
Chey, thank you. I miss seeing your smiling face. Chey!
Oh my God.
Fuck! It's been an hour. We didn't even talk. We just got back from Log Yard and we didn't discuss it one time.
I know, and it was so much fun.
Chey, we have to, for real quickly, just talk about thank you to Royce, thank you to Mike, thank you to Tim, thank you to everybody out there, John the rep. Thank you for it was a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an experience.
Yeah, man.
I had a good
It
time.
was an
We
experience.
have some stories for
The bar where we were actually sitting at doing the podcast and stuff was absolutely beautiful.
the whole thing was awesome. The
Yeah.
brewery was awesome. I got some
the
more
brewery
beers from
was
there.
so much
That
fun.
watermelon shandy they gave us. When we were there, I have to say, I don't think that they let us take a step without a beer in our hand.
Oh, absolutely not.
That's
I
awesome.
think even producer Jess had a beer in her hand.
Yeah. And she's been sober
And
for
that's-
years.
yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah. So that shows how good Log Yard is. And this has been Chris for Log Yard. It will make you relapse.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Sorry, producer.
Yeah. I'm kidding. She didn't just relapse, Linda. No. But no, they were awesome. Everybody up there was great. Highly recommend it. It's definitely worth going up. Camp up there, stop up, have some food, have some drinks. Their beers are awesome. They said they do like 36 different beers every year.
Oh,
They do like
absolutely.
monthly ones, bi-weekly ones, and all that stuff.
Yeah, they're
and they're
good.
doing that thing with Zippo right now. So I can't recommend them enough. But we are here We're here at 565 Live. What?
You were treated like queens and kings up there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. There wasn't a time that there wasn't a beer in our hand.
Yeah, that was producer Jess off the air. Yeah, thank you for fucking up. Did you say I'm signing off? We got through a perfect show. This one is smooth as ever. The guest was perfect, and Jess yells out, "Just whatever I've been saying." I spent the last 4 minutes thanking them for being awesome throughout. They were great. All right. Jesus. Dustin, thank you for taking the time. We'd love to have you back on sometime. Please, yeah.
Thank you.
Check out all his stuff. We'll put all of his info in our info. Chey.
Yes.
I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm happy to be here.
For Dustin, for Chey, I'm Chris.
I'm going to say is I'm so happy that I was allowed to be part of your day.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. We hope you had a good time. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the show to catch the latest episodes and share with your friends. We can't promise not to embarrass you. And if you just can't get enough, follow us on Instagram at Poor Man's Podcast 412, Twitter at Poor Man's Pod 412, and Facebook. This is Pittsburgh's own Poor Man's Podcast signing off. See you next week.